Alright. It's time for us to continue the journey. Good rest. Good rest. Oh, look at that. That's looking great. Did you make that? We're gonna hang that on the fridge back in Massachusetts, Edward. Now, we did not really stop by...
Alice?
Down in the village.
She's still over there. Frederick Fretland, that was the same man who wrote no access, no entry for traders over there.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And how would I survive?
Hunt? Harvest? Forage? People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Yeah, we need more goats though. If you eat the goats, then... Fretland and Son.
Frederick Fretland and Son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the only store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. There may be something that'll lead us to Betty in there.
Or at least to some canned sardines. We need to get you fed, old bean.
I mean, there are... Oh, röket sill. It's skin and boneless. Skinless and boneless. Oh, they're just ready to be consumed.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph.
That's Simon
Fretland
then.
and Simon Fretland.
Okay, so Simon was the one who sent that book to Ruth, who burned it in the fireplace. That's not what you do with Christmas presents, Ruth.
Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this. Simon. Simon. That was the name in the burnt book. So Simon is Ruth's older cousin.
Is he? Oh, you're making more connections than me. Frederick Fretland.
The older gentleman is clearly Mr. Fretland's twin brother.
Same
Twins are
mustache.
confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the coppers. Damn you, twins!
Indeed. Oh, I still want to get me some of Brusgaard's tobakk. I mean, look at that man. He knows his tobacco. He's smoked a couple of pipes in his life. I'm coming in. I'm not coming in. It's locked.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe...
Hello?
Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just bust down the door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
What? Why was the crow
Is that-
so...
Lizzie, come here.
It's the hat.
It's
That's her
Betty's
hat.
hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
What about the
Okay.
breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Oh. When Betty's involved, Edward's a badass. Hold on, I want to read about this first. Ålesundsruta. Endret fergerute som følger lave passasjertall. Okay, so they've changed the ferry routes. As a result of low passenger numbers from and to Graavik, the Ålesund route will no longer go through the harbor, or come to Graavik from the, I guess that's the 30th of October. Okay. Good to know. And then the telegraph here. The telegraph is out of commission. The Norwegian Rikstelegraph does not answer our what would that word be? They do not reply to us. We're being ghosted from Frederick. Okay, anyways, we're going in. Can we go in over, can we look in over here? Oh, we can go in over here. Okay. Oh. Come on, Edward. Oh, come, you got this. Come on. Come on. Okay. Looks like he's not budging. Get a rock. Let's get a rock. Okay, we probably need to try to find another one. Can we get in this one? Can't get in that one either. Okay. Oh, perfect.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
Pull.
It won't budge.
Is it hooked on
Don't
the
be
other
a milk
side?
toast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Alright. Pull harder. Come on, Edward. Show me your strength. Yep.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking. Whoops, Daisy.
Oh. Ow.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Let's get on up, Teddy. Okay. So, from what I've understood from their relationship, Edward and Lizzie, she's his ward or she's his apprentice. It's something like that, right? Whoop.
Edward Charles Hardy. Dilettante. World traveler. Cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward.
I hope you weren't here when...
Is this... blood?
Yeah,
Not
it
necessarily
says
human blood.
child killer.
That's alright then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Barn means child. That's really insensitive. I love it. Someone murdered a barn?
Barn means child. And mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Probably
Someone
several.
thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
Okay. Unlock this. Nice. Okay. Let's have a look around. They've smashed some bottles of some good old... I said they were gonna go have bingo at Jensen's house. I just didn't realize that the bingo was actually a liquid. There you go. Could go in there, but I want to check what's in the cash register. Just for, you know, reasons. Look at that. That looks so fancy. Kassa! Yes. Okay. Ute av drift. It's out of order. What's this? Unsent mail. 10 envelopes.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June. And they received my letter from July.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Graavik.
Perhaps they did. What's this?
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
Look at this. Got the pipe. Father, I put the key in the cash register, as you asked, Simon.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon.
Kassa.
Casa. I don't know what that word means.
This is fun. This is so much fun. Like, I probably shouldn't even be Norwegian playing this, because I already get it immediately. Jeg puttet.
Jeg putted means I put.
Yeah?
Nøkkel is key.
Yeah?
You put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Oh, this is cool.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge.
That's so cool though, because that's a little puzzle where you're like, okay, there's a key and it's put in the casa, but then out here the cash register has like a big sign on it that says casa. So even if you don't know Norwegian, you can deduce your way to it. That's really oh, look at that. Look at them. To Simon from Ruth. Okay. So they look to be getting on quite well. The burnt book, though.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
Oh, hey. Oh, are we gonna have to use this later on? Oh, that would be cool.
O-S.
Boop 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 boop.
Oh boy. If only this thing worked. We could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
You're a handful. Alright, let's check out Casa.
Casa.
So that's what it means. Cash register.
Yes. This is way better than Duolingo. And this game won't threaten to kill you if you don't do its lessons.
You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house.
Oh wow, are those notes for 1 krone and 2 krone? That's like one, you know, kroner is Norwegian money equivalent. Like, what is one krone is like $0.1 or so. So having actual notes for that, that's so fun. Ah, the cash.
The Vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
The key.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
I want it. Perfect. Okay. That key probably goes over here, though I didn't test this the first time. I just figured I needed a key for something. There we go. Solving mysteries. Because this is where the hat was. Right. The hat. Mysterious.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here. And not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
Storage room. Let's check this
What's
note
that?
out.
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johan, you... Nectar. Refuse.
Yeah?
You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johan, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johan never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johan
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
Okay.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
No, there's no point asking her to wait. Okay, so the burnt book would probably be by Johan and Anna then, if they found something from who they believed to be the murderer of their child. They had burned the book that was a gift from him.
This way.
Oh,
I found it, Teddy.
alright.
Cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute. Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy? Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about this.
Come on now. Oh, we're probably gonna need a 5-minute rest after this. Oh, I see a rock there. We could probably rest on that. Don't worry about it, Edward. I was almost expecting it to let me rest. Is that a shroom? Oh no, that's... Oh, it's a flower vase because of... Oh.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward.
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and... please look at me when I'm talking to you.
Right, fine. Berate me then.
You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
Positively ghastly.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
Yeah, I've noticed that there's something there. A toy? Doll?
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Or maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin?
It's a clue, Lizzie.
Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues.
Okay.
Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath?
And she's away.
Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Well, we're in it now. Norwegian village drama. Who killed Ruth, if any?
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
One
Oh,
second.
teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
This is a bad place to play. Oh god. I don't like this. I don't like...
Certainly high enough to kill a child.
If I had to go, this would be the way to do it. Soaring through the air like a bird.
And landing like a rock.
Stone would be the likely terminating point.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You
We're
wanted to
investigating
learn.
a murder.
This is you learning more. She
Jeepers.
hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Almost
Playing?
ahead of the dawn.
She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there.
Lizzie, Lizzie, Lizzie.
Lizzie? Slow down. I can't keep up with you.
Yes, Lizzie.
Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something.
You don't want to do a roof,
Lizzie?
okay?
Are you there?
She's right.
Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lizzie.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily
Oh,
connected.
come on. This is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been...
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
God forgive me.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing
Also-
more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's... Look at me when I'm talking to you. As I was saying, Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
All right. Here we go. What's curious is the fact that he's still hanging. I imagine if he was found, he would be taken down, no matter what people thought of him, so this must have happened just as things were getting really bad. Well, up we go.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
All right.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
We can't rule out that it's an accident.
Perhaps she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty. The boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
This has gotten really real. Holy heck. Alright.
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up, Edward. I mean, we just got here. It's a big place. She could be anywhere.
It's just the thought of her alone out there.
Sorry.
In
Got
the
a little
dark.
woozy.
She's a tough cookie. You're Betty. Tougher than you, teddy bear.
That she is.
I won't contest that. Oh, look at that. Look at that sunshine. And the flag at half-mast. We're in the kitchen now. Never checked this out. This looks charred.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes, and it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Yeah, so just like the book then. So if Anna burnt that and the book that was from Simon, because Johann is the man who lives in this house with Anna, and Johann does not get along with Frederick, and Simon's Frederick's son. Okay. Fjord Noir mystery indeed. Let's skedoodle. We need some rest. It's been a long day. Right. Didn't we say we weren't gonna sleep in the guest room? I think we did. I think you've already watched this.
The two brothers married twin sisters, Anna and Margaret Taylor.
Taylor?
That's the Graavik stave church behind them.
All those hopes and dreams, ground to dust by misfortune.
Oh, you're here now. She's the real... Oh my... What if she's just been a ghost the entire time? Like, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
It's almost painful to look at this photograph now. Their whole world fell apart. Ugh, I can't bear to think about it.
Have we actually seen her interact with anything? Have we seen her physically do something in the world? No, I'm probably crazy. Ruth.
Do you think Simon killed Ruth?
It's not important what I think.
I don't know what to believe. Sometimes children do monstrous things.
House.
Now that we know what happened to Ruth, this empty house is even spookier.
It's a house, nothing more.
You know better than most that souls can linger. Especially if they died
There's
in
no such thing as a soul.
life force, ghost, whatever. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
The only ghosts are in our minds.
Says you.
Wait, so did we start the fireplace then? I mean, I guess that's okay. All right. Pick up what? Oh, that's the burnt book. I wonder what book it would have been, though.
I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. Wasn't there an inscription inside?
Yeah.
Simon! Simon gave that book to Ruth. But who burned it?
Johan or Anna, if they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
Seemed like
I imagine so.
The
And
picture,
we know
too.
the sisters were close.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Well,
Whatever
wasn't-
drove a wedge between them, it was big.
Did it happen because was it Johan who pulled out of the mine? Or was it something that happened that then made Johan pull out of the mine and fall out? That's the question. I'm sorry, I'm just gawking at the fjord. I'm just a poor seedy boy. Just wanting to see the beautiful, beautiful landscape. I gotta go. We do have a cabin by a fjord, and I gotta go there this summer and just spend some time. Ugh. Okay, anyways.
So the brother who owns the store
Frederick.
was angry with Johan before Ruth. Because
Because of the mine. It all comes back to the mine.
Yeah.
the mine must have been a big deal for Graavik.
Graavik. An opportunity to do more than live hand to mouth.
What a blow it must have been to lose it all.
Johan and Frederick Fretland. Thick as thieves, before things took a turn.
Don't you always say that much of our pain is self-chosen?
I wonder about that.
I've already seen these articles over here. Tragedy happening pretty quickly.
These headlines make more sense now. Johan sells his share, and the cave-in occurs shortly thereafter, killing 3 people.
Including the younger brother.
The investor pulls out, leaving Frederick with the bills.
Oh, I feel awful for everyone. Losing a brother, losing the business.
There were no happy endings here.
No. No happy endings in Graavik. God, I still hate that.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now, please. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, this is, Edward's quite a guy, huh? I don't think I want to look at myself at the moment. Oh, our suitcase! Cool. Is that pepper on... probably not pepper. I don't think I brought extra pepper. Alright. It's been quite a day, hasn't it? I think it's time we ended it.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
There are no such things. Right?